back. And joining me now is New York Times columnist Thomas Friedman. Tom, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Great to be here, Kristen. Thank you.
It's wonderful to have you here for some perspective about where things stand right now. I did have the opportunity to talk to President Trump on the phone yesterday for about a half hour, and I asked him to characterize the status of the war. He told me Iran is, quote, completely defeated militarily. How would you characterize where things stand in Iran right now?
Well, what strikes me about your conversation with the president, Kristen, is everyone wants to declare we won or we lost, you know, and we're 2 weeks and a day into this, and this is a hugely complicated problem. What I would say, what we're seeing right now is the power of the strong versus the power of the weak. So on the one hand, the United States has the power to inflict terrible damage to Iran's military and infrastructure. At the same time, Iran has the power of the weak, that with just one drone or one cruise missile, we can cut off the Straits of Hormuz, 20% of the world's oil and natural gas. There are 600 ships bottled up there right now. So the balance of power between the power of the strong and the power of the weak is what I'm watching. And I think that's how that levels out is going to be, I think, the determinant.
It was interesting because the president said that one of the things that surprised him most was the fact that Iran is in fact taking aim at its Arab neighbors. And the president indicating that that was something that they were not anticipating. How have those attacks by Iran complicated the dynamic of this overall conflict? It's become a regional conflict.
Well, you know, one of the strategies the Iranians have employed against America now for 40 years in various different conflicts is what I call the strategy of out crazy. We will out crazy you, okay? The reason the Israelis have probably done better than any other country against Iran is they will not be out crazy. And so that's always been an Iranian strategy. I did not expect them to attack their Arab Gulf neighbors, but you can understand why. They thought that's where they're most vulnerable. The American bases there are vulnerable, and they hope to create a lobby of Arab Gulf states to pressure the president to end the war. It will have long-term implications, though, for Iran's relations with those states. Remember, Iranians, a lot of them bank their money in those Gulf states. A lot of them treat them as a sort of a valve to go release a lot of their energy. So the long-term implications of that are going to be profound.
Well, and the implications of the leadership, obviously one of the biggest questions that we're watching right now is this war about regime change. Based on what Iranian state TV is saying, the leader right now is the son of the supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei. And we know that he was injured. He put out a supposed statement that was in writing. President Trump telling me he's heard he might be dead. It was notable that the statement went out, wasn't on camera. We didn't hear the voice of this new supreme leader. What do you make of that? And is regime change possible, Tom?
Well, the way I look at this